Welcome to DTM TV Enyanya, and I'm your host Elijah Meru, reporting to you live from the country of Denmark here in the Scandinavia in Europe. Now, before I proceed, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and for being part of this beautiful family. DTM TV Enyanya, where we decolonize the minds of the children, the sons and the daughters of Africa. If this is your first time to join us, please don't hesitate to stop fast and hit that subscribe button and that like button, and if possible leave your comment and probably copy the link and share it with your friends who are interested in knowing what is happening in Tanzania with President John Pombe Magufuli. We did a video yesterday where we gave our own scenarios and said why we think that President John Pombe Magufuli is well and good. Now we have so much information suggesting that he is okay. Now, before we proceed, let us listen to this commercial and then we will be right back.
Je, una biashara yako na umesumbuka sana kuitangaza? Usiumize kichwa. Huu ni wakati wako. Fungua www.dadog.com kisha jisajili uonekane katika ulimwengu wa biashara na kutangaza biashara zako tofauti tofauti Tanzania nzima na duniani kote. Mfano, biashara ya mavazi, viatu, mabegi, mahoteli na kumbi mbalimbali. Kumbuka ni dadog.com. Dadog, transforming lives.
Yes. As I said earlier, we wanted to be sure that we are doing the right thing, and so we are here today to report to you, as we said yesterday, and as you can see in our headline here, that President John Pombe Magufuli, my president, our president, the president who is a role model on the continent of Africa, is well and good. These are not my own words. These are the words of his Prime Minister, Mr. Kassim Majaliwa. This is his Prime Minister who really has come out clearly and said, told the people of Tanzania not to be worried because President John Pombe Magufuli of Tanzania is well, he's doing fine, he's good. And so here are some of his tweets and what he had to say in Swahili. He said, breaking news here, Waziri Mkuu Majaliwa, the Prime Minister Majaliwa, Kassim Majaliwa, amewataka wa Tanzania wawapuuze wapotoshaji wa mitandaoni, that they should ignore people who are spreading rumors on the social media, wanaotaka kuleta taharuki juu ya afya ya Raisi at Magufuli John Pombe. And those people who want to bring confusion, fear in the midst of the people of Tanzania by spreading these false rumors on the sickness and death of President John Pombe Magufuli of Tanzania. And he says, Raisi ana shughuli nyingi. The president, he is so busy. Wanataka atoke aende wapi? They want him to be going around, to go where? They want him to Kariako, to Magomeni. From when? We have disappointed them, he says. Those are the words of the Prime Minister of Tanzania, who was the Prime Minister in his first term, and because they worked very closely, they worked well very closely together with the President of Tanzania, John Pombe Magufuli, he appointed him again for the second term. And so he was talking today on Friday, as you can see, he has that Islamic attire, you know. I think he was in a mosque where he reported that the president is well and good and that the president has no problem whatsoever. And he continues saying that leo asubuhi wakati nakuja huku nimeongea naye, that today in the morning before I came here, I was talking to the president on phone. Ameniagiza niwaambie wana Jombe kuwa anawapenda sana, and he ordered me to tell the people of Jombe that he loves them so much and that he thanks them for electing him with so many votes, with a overwhelming majority, of votes. And those were the words of Prime Minister Majaliwa, Jombe Majaliwa. He says that before this morning he talked to the president on phone, and the president is in his office, the president is working, the president is not supposed to be everywhere at the same time. He is not the Holy Spirit to be everywhere, for heaven's sake. And he said he talked to the president, and the president told him to go and say thank you to the people of Jombe and tell them that he loves them and tell them thank you because they elected him overwhelmingly, And he didn't stop there. He says, kuna wenzetu hawaishi hapa nchini. There are so many people who do not live here in the country, in Tanzania. Wao kazi yao ni kutuombea mabaya tu. Their only job is to pray for us, evil for us, Sasa unamuombea mwenzako tu kupandikiza chuki tu. They just wanted to plant that fear and hatred among us. Sasa unamuombea mwenzako kufa, hiyo ni akili gani kweli? So when you are praying, when you are wishing for the other person to be sick, you wish them sick, you wish them to be hospitalized, what kind of memory, what kind of heart, what kind of spirit is that, he asks. Na watoa hofu wa Tanzania, I'm here to tell the people of Tanzania to chill and not to be afraid. Rais wenu yuko imara. Your president is well and fine. Anafanya kazi zake kama kawaida. He is doing his job as usually in his office. Those are the words of the Prime Minister of Tanzania, just as I told you yesterday that the President of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, my president, is doing well, is doing fine. I said he is my president because all African people, we should not celebrate our people once they are gone. Many of us were told that Mzee Mugabe was bad, was evil, he was a dictator, and African began to sing this song until he was dead, until he was removed in power. Those who removed him in power were his political children, his political trainees. And they thought perhaps they have a magical baguette, a magic button that they will use and change things around. But things has been even more difficult in Zimbabwe even after he was gone. And as you can see during this pandemic, if he was there, of course, you would have heard him talking, you would have heard him giving the direction of the continent and so on and so forth. And so we saw also the death of President Gaddafi in Libya. They killed him. But before they did so, they told us that he was a dictator, that he was killing his own people, that they were doing this. And African, as stupid as we are, we start also believing in this. And even today, the people were still believing that Gaddafi was a dictator. And Gaddafi did not even die because of Libya and Libyans, but he died because of the vision that he had to emancipate the continent of Africa. The other remaining ancestor, the leader, the person who is showing us where is President John Pombe Magufuli. As you can see, that was a video that I did before where we talked about President Magufuli telling people not to take any kind of vaccine and giving his own version and his own argument and why he thought this was not the right thing to do or the right time. And we said that even those who want to vaccinate their people, they shouldn't run and be going quickly on this, because even the countries in the West here who start with this are stopping it. Countries, there are also almost 9 countries now who have stopped with this vaccine, who have started with this vaccine, and they have stopped, including Estonia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Lithuania, and so many other countries. And yesterday, Denmark and Norway and Ireland and Italy, all these countries, some have stopped this partially. They have stopped some kind of this AstraZeneca, something like that. This vaccine, and countries like Denmark, Norway, and Iceland, they stopped it completely. And they said because there are so many deaths, there are some people who have who took this vaccine, and after taking this vaccine, then some died for like there was this guy who died 10 days after taking the vaccine. He was a military guy in this country called the Outreach, and the other person was very sick. The same could be said in Denmark. A person died, and they said even though they can't attest that it was this vaccine, but because the person have taken the vaccine, they think it is a good idea to stop this and follow up first and see what is happening. So this is my president. This is the guy who said no to vaccine. He said also no to just copying as blind people and going to take all these masks and I don't know, all these other stuff that they have told us we should do, and stopping people from going to work and all these things. And not only that, this is a guy who has helped the continent of Africa to start rethinking every narrative that we were told. He's the person who has announced that and said that he's the person who told us that we are not poor. We know this, but we have never had a president who is standing and showing us with facts and evidence that we are not poor, that this is just a narrative that has been sung several times. And you know, when lies have been sung several times, then people start believing in this. He is a person who has done miracles in Tanzania, stopping all these multinational companies from continuing plundering the country. The guy was done miracles within only 5 years of his being in office in Tanzania. So this is a president all other African presidents must look up to. And I know that the enemies of Tanzania are looking forward. They want to see him dead, but they can wait for a very long time, you know. Those people who are spreading lies, those people who are spreading propaganda, those people who are wishing him bad, evil they will face that evil themselves, and the Magufuli will continue serving his people as he is doing today. But it's also good that they are already used to him, seeing him on the ground every time here and there, visiting his own people. We've seen other leaders, other so-called leaders. We call them mistakenly leaders. I think they're simply looters. And these people, they only are seen in public perhaps when they are giving their women flowers and doing nonsense, you know. But we thank God that this is a president who is, people are already used to him, because he says, hapa kazi tu. He says for him it's only job, work and work and work and work. That the people of Tanzania must work and the rest of Africa must look up to him. And I think the same way Nkrumah in Ghana and Mwalimu Nyerere in Tanzania, they were at the forehead of helping the continent in receiving, in getting their so-called independence. You could say political independence. I can see again Ghana again with Nana Akufo-Addo, and Tanzania with Magufuli again leading this liberation of economical liberation, which is a big deal, you know, because these are our colonizer, they are ready to give us anything but not economy, because they know once Africa stands, once we take care of our economy, once we are in charge of our own economy, some other places people will starve and die of hunger. But I'm saying this is a movement that will not go, that will not take a reverse. This is a trend that has started and does not have any reverse gear. And I can tell you for sure that the economical freedom, the economical liberation of Africa is here. And so I tell all those who love Africa, those who love Tanzania, those who love Magufuli, that Magufuli is doing fine, Magufuli is well, Magufuli is working, he is not sick, he is not hospitalized anywhere. And you can take that into account and understand that and be happy that our president is doing just fine. See you in another number.
Je, una biashara yako na umesumbuka sana kuitangaza? Usiumize kichwa. Huu ni wakati wako. Fungua www.dadog.com kisha jisajili uonekane katika ulimwengu wa biashara na kutangaza biashara zako tofauti tofauti Tanzania nzima na duniani kote. Mfano, biashara ya mavazi, viatu, mabegi, mahoteli na kumbi mbalimbali. Kumbuka ni dadog.com. Dadog, transforming lives.